The siphon is made from a piece of copper wire, and smaller copper wire, and a piece of vinyl tubing. And it's just a long piece that has a loop at the end. And what this arrangement allows me to do is to adjust the length of the part that goes into the liquid. It's used for pulling liquids out. I want to move liquid from this container into that container, and I want to control the flow. So that's what this siphon is for. So I'm going to go up here, I'm going to measure how much liquid I want to pull out. I want to pull out about an inch maybe of fluid. And I'll show you how that works. So the one end is placed into the liquid I want to transfer out, and it's right there. And then the other end, I get a gravity feed. When I suck on this end and pull that in, fluid will come up, and then gravity will keep it flowing down the tube into the receptacle. And you can see that one's going down, and this one's filling up. The idea of the siphon is that when the level in the upper one reaches the bottom of the tube that I've adjusted, it'll automatically shut off. There it goes. So the siphon, very simple thing, allows me to regulate how much I receive. The bottom end of the tube always has to be lower than that end, and the siphon allows me to do that very well. So we could ask, why don't you just pour one liquid into the other? And that's good if it's clear liquid. But in this situation here, we have sediment at the bottom and a little bit of gunk up at the top there. This is an extract of parsley leaves that have been macerated and placed in a ferment, and I want this liquid in the center. So I could take my siphon and adjust this siphon in such a way that it will pull the liquid from just above the residue down there and then stop. So let's do that. So my siphon has stopped the flow. I still have about an inch of liquid. It's kind of cloudy down there. But over here I have very pure fluid. That's the action of a siphon that allows me to pull extracts off of residue. I still have plenty of fluid left here, but for that I need to do some settling. So here is an extract that has some turbid solution here that I want, and residue. I want to filter this so that I can let it settle later on. So in filtering, I like to use several layers. A screen, cheesecloth, and this is a cloth known as Rime or Agrabah. It's a fiber cloth used for frost protection, and you might think, oh, how yucky that looks. It's just stained. It's been out in the weather for 2 years, but it's become very soft like flannel. And it's been washed, so it's clean, and I'm not going to drink this. This is for plants, so I don't worry too much about it. If I was making something for humans to take, I wouldn't do this. Right now, if I put that Agrabah in there with the cheesecloth on the screen, I can carefully pour anything out into it, and there's all kinds of gunk and leaves and kind of nasty things that are in my fluid. But with 3 layers like that, I can make a very nice filtering system for things that tend to be a little yucky. So if we go close in on that, we can see that with the Agrabah, the cheesecloth, and the screen, there's a very beautiful fluid that is filtered out. Extracts always have some type of residue in them that you want to filter out. So when I'm working with plants, I use this system. When I'm working with things for human consumption, I use coffee filters, but that takes a long, long time to do that. Right now, there's still a lot of fluid left in the screen. If I just tip it a little bit and just give it a little bit of a squeeze, I could take all that cloth and cheesecloth and everything that was in the screen and it makes a very good filter when you want to have a very nice end product. So siphoning and filtering are a large part of extraction, but with simple materials and techniques, you can get a superior quality. The coffee filters, when I make human consumption substances, they take a lot longer than this, but this is for plant sprays, so I don't mind that it's a little roughshod. But filtering, siphoning make extracting much, much easier.